Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Got Craig and Ale here. Craig's a little bit annoyed at me. He's blaming me for his cough today.
Are you sure it's not the bleach?
No, I wasn't. Did you see what? Did you watch? No. I didn't drink bleach. I don't follow stupid people like and drink. I was bleaching parts of the house yesterday. When I came in, I was bleaching. I wasn't bleaching. I wasn't going around the house throwing bleach around.
Being roped into the big clean-up.
It's back. I was bleaching the sink. And when I came in here yesterday, I was like, I can smell it, man, still in my hands. I don't know if him and Seb could smell it, but I could. Sitting here going, every time I went off camera, I was like, oh.
Eau de bleach.
Bleach, huh?
Eau de bleach. The new perfume by Craig Burley.
That's strong.
Let's blame the bleach and not me.
No, it wasn't the bleach, it's a cough. It's amazing. Everybody's got a cough at the moment. Yesterday it was like, everybody, camera girl had a cough, my daughter's got a cough, the kids have got a cough. Everybody's coughing.
Oh, the 100-day cough.
How does that work?
It lasts for 100 days and it feels like it as well.
I'm not kidding, it's that little tickly one at the back of your throat as well. The only one thing for that, only one thing, I mean, I'm not allowed to do it on here. Just have a beer.
A beer?
Yeah, and I can't do it. I've asked.
Don't think they're going to say yes to that. All right, should Bayern fire Tuchel now or wait till the end of the season if they're trophyless? Ivory Coast found success in firing their manager mid-competition.
Did they? Didn't follow it. I don't think they'll sack him until A, they're out of the Champions League, or B, if it continues, the gap continues to get bigger with Leverkusen. So, for example, it becomes, what's it, 5 points?
5 now.
Five now.
It becomes 8, maybe 9 or 10, and they continue. You know, they got Bochum at the weekend. If he was to lose to Bochum at the weekend, they could potentially just, Jan's favourite people that run the club make decisions, might just decide. Certainly if he doesn't progress through this Lazio second leg, I don't see him getting close to the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it all hinges on whether they're able to get past Lazio or not, to be honest with you. You can't, if you feel like you're out of the Bundesliga, which they're not just yet, but from the evidence that we saw in front of us, the gap between Leverkusen and Bayern Munich is far more significant than just 5 points. And then if you're eliminated in Champions League, and say you were eliminated by Real Madrid or Manchester City, I think you can accept that if you're Bayern Munich. But if you're eliminated by Lazio, I don't think that's something that he can survive, to be honest with you. So at that point, yeah, it would feel like it would be necessary for him to be let go.
Next question.
He'll have plenty of time then to bleach his sink.
Well, the next question, look at the handle.
That was quick.
Smells like bleach, says for Craig. Do Bayern oust Tuchel now and bring someone for short term, or wait till the end of season to sack Tuchel and get Xabi Alonso in?
Have we just not...
So let's get the Xabi Alonso bit in.
Hold on. Have we not just answered that question?
We did, but this has got a little bit extra on.
Yeah.
What is it?
Wait till the end of the season and get Xabi Alonso in.
I don't know what Alonso's going to do. The talk is Liverpool, maybe that. I have no idea if that's what Liverpool are thinking or not. I don't know.
And if you were Xavi, where would you go? If indeed those were your options, Bayern Munich and Liverpool. And see, these are the options.
Yeah.
See that?
Where would I go?
There's good arguments for both and against both, right?
Normally I would say Liverpool with the current squad, but then Van Dijk's getting older, Salah might go, and on top of that, Guardiola's still at City, which might take me to Bayern. You know, it might be a better time to go to Liverpool when the City manager has Gonzville. So I don't know, it's quite a...
And if he eliminates himself as competition in Germany, which he'd be doing because he'd be taking over the Bayern job, is it not then smooth sailing to the title for him with that role?
Sounds very easy. I don't know. But you know, Bayern have always, a bit like all the top clubs around the world, and particularly in Scotland, Celtic and Rangers used to do it all the time. They would just cherry pick the best players, and certainly Bayern have done that in Germany for many a year. you know, whether it be Hummels at the time or Lewandowski or
Mario Götze,
them all. And in some sense, they'll try and do it with managers as well. It just depends what Xabi Alonso has in his own mind. I have no idea. I think he's definitely going to finish the season with Leverkusen. He's not going to right. He's not walking away from this.
Nope.
No.
So he's definitely finishing the season, probably as champions. What happens after? I've no idea.
All right. Oh, Ale, should Tuchel plan his ski trip for this weekend?
Well, if he does, we know what happens. And obviously that goes back to Julian Nagelsmann, who went on a ski trip.
He either gets fired or breaks his leg.
Correct. And either way, it's not good. But I understand sort of the meaning of the question in the sense that right now I think he's hanging on. And he was asked about it today after the game. He's like, you worried? Of course he says no, right? He has to be. And the players feel that as well. And that hangs over a club. When you sense that the manager is barely hanging on, it affects everybody that is involved with the team. And the only way that improves is by winning games and doing so convincingly, which Bayern Munich haven't done all that great this season.
He shouldn't tell his players if he's going on a ski trip. Because some of them will be looking to put some extra grease on the bottom of his skis. I don't ski. I don't have no idea what grease would do at the bottom of his skis. But I would suggest it would make stopping a little harder. Excuse me, Matthias de Ligt has your skis. Oh, right. I think I'll check those.
I think we should do a little team building exercise with us while skiing, right?
Skiing? No chance. Good grief.
Right.
Can you imagine Stevie on skis?
No.
No.
He's got big feet, though. It's like built-in skis.
From the first couple of games of the round of 16, who has the best chance to turn things around in the second leg? Leipzig, Copenhagen, Bayern, or Real Sociedad?
Bayern.
Yeah. Bayern Munich. I don't think Leipzig and Copenhagen are doing it, and Real Sociedad, as poor as PSG looks at time, I don't think they'll be good enough to do it either.
For Ale, which team is closest to Man City to challenge for the Champions League?
Real Madrid. And at this point, I think it's a race of two from what we have seen so far. Maybe Inter makes a run. Atletico Madrid will have something to say about that. We, certainly from what we have seen from Barcelona this season, they don't seem to be good enough to do so. Napoli, well, they struggle in Serie A as well. So you start looking around, you kind of run out of names, and so it has to be Manchester City and Real Madrid.
Craig, players do have superstitions, as I understand. Do you think there might be someone in the Bayern Munich dressing room who is now taking the Kane Curse seriously?
No. The Kane Curse.
Kane himself?
No, well, he has to be thinking about it when he goes home, thinking, oh my God, I came here and things aren't going quite as swimmingly. They're going pretty okay for him, well, better than okay, but in terms of his goals. But as the team, and then Leverkusen obviously having an amazing season, unbeaten. And you know, I'm sure when he signed at the start of the season, he would not have imagined, and Thomas Tuchel would have been in this position, where it's falling apart, basically. So, but if I'm him, you know, the chances are if Tuchel's going to go, whether Harry Kane or anybody else gets a medal this year, Tuchel's probably going to go, and they will be favourites again next year domestically for trophies. So he's just got to hang on, but I'm sure he's a little frustrated.
And he would not have imagined that their situation would have been what it is now. And he also would not have imagined that if there was going to be a challenge, that it would come from Borussia Dortmund, that it wouldn't come from Leipzig, that it's actually coming from Bayer Leverkusen, who at one point last season were actually relegation threatened, Bayer Leverkusen, before Xabi Alonso took over. And so now, if indeed we're going to assume that Harry Kane is superstitious and he kind of goes, hold on a second, how does a team that was in having issues last season, where there was a threat of relegation, where Xabi Alonso comes in, yes, does a good job, closes out the season, but how is that the team that is now on the way of me getting a trophy, or this team getting a trophy? So if indeed he was superstitious, yeah, then maybe he hands on to that and said, well, maybe it's me, or maybe I'm the problem. He's not the problem, trust me.
I think we're done.
You think? You know? I mean, you are the host.
We're done.
Okay.
Just checking. Sometimes we get a little.
You were looking at that there, like.
Well, I got two versions, so I'm
I thought you were
checking
playing.
one
I thought you were playing
taken
poker
off.
for a minute. You were like,